Let's see if I can find me on here. There we go. Sat doing one line. See, we've still got the black lines on the telly, but when Arietta does hers, it's full screen.
Yeah, touch myself.
No, you know I've got the black line.
Yeah, I know.
Cinema then she's put it on.
I don't know. But hers is full screen, whereas we've still got black line. I don't know.
Look, I am still, but we're touching.
It's a delay.
How?
There's always a delay on the telly from the phones. If you look on there,
Yeah, okay.
right? I'll just put my hand, but
Yeah.
if you look, I just grabbed your hand there. Look.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see, I've stopped that,
yeah.
and it's just starting to do that. Look, so about a 2-second delay.
Yeah.
Well, let's test it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. 9-second delay.
Yeah, okay.
Not that bad.
No, no. Oh, God, you got visitor.
Yeah, hang on a minute. Okay, I'm sorry about that. We'll wait a few minutes to see if anybody comes. Because as of yet, it says we've got 2 visitors, but nobody's commented. So, let me know that Dee know, because I forgot to message Dee. No, I messaged her later and forgot to message Dee. So.
Never mind.
Message Dee and let her know. Yeah, put that on there. So, we have hello, Rubber Dub. Yeah, new one. I have a feeling I know who it may be, but Rubber Dub. Okay. Do you think you're a duck in a tub?
I was going to say, what was the comment?
Just hello.
Okay.
Hey, Dad. Hello, Rubber Dub. Welcome. I'm Sharon. Pencil Surprises. This is Mommy Linda. We do a live every Saturday unless we're unwell. Yes, she's feeling a lot better today.
Yes,
Still got a bit of a tickly cough, but she's a lot better. And she's bought goodies. So we have goodies to show off and moulds to show off and other stuff. As you all know, I've got a before that there. We did a rainbow effect on the coasters, and people were worried it was going to mark the mould, which it did. Yes, it is who I thought it was. Because it's only him who calls me Sharon and knowing I ate it. And then they said, well, if it marked the mould, would it show up on the next project? So as you know, last week we threw some mica powder on and did this tester, and it did show up the little raindrops very, very faintly. So I thought, well, if I do a clear top coat, will they vanish? And I am proud to announce that, yes, they vanished. There is no sign of the raindrop effect on there now. So there we have another coaster. And as you know, we did a purple and a pink doggy. Well, hubby wanted a brown one. So here is the chocolate French bulldog. In a gorgeous, looks like a and ain't that fitting for Easter? It actually looks like a chocolate bar. Oh, that reminds me, I must give Mum and Dad the chocolate rabbits off Jodie. They're in the fridge. So yes, that's Stuart's. And funnily enough, it sits lovely on the coaster. So Yes, it's definitely who I thought it was.
We love all right.
So, do you want to say goodies or moulds first? I was hoping there'd be a few more. We will give them a few minutes, but as of yet, we just have the usual crowd. Would you like a sip? I know you're waiting on yours. Would you like some? It's really nice with the icing. Did you know if you drink a glass of water or squash once a day that's full of ice, you'll lose weight? Apparently, scientists say that when you intake the ice, your body has to get you back to a certain core temperature. And to do that, they have to burn the calories to warm up your body after the ice. So therefore, by having this glass of ice every day, you lose weight. I wouldn't have known that, but I suppose in a way it makes sense because as soon as you do drink something cold, you go, well, then your body's got to get back to that temperature. Because no matter how hot or cold you get, there is a certain temperature your body should always be if you're healthy. So there's another boring. And yes, that's my baby bottle, as you call it. Hey, that's what this is about. It's a general chit chat. We talk to each other and to others. Yeah. Hey, Nicola, thank you for coming. And if anybody wants to share the live to Facebook, feel free so that we can get more viewers. Only my moderators aren't here at the moment. Let me check where they are. Ask away while I just check where my moderators are. What's your question, Rubber-Dub-Dub? I know you only want me to say your name. Them are really pretty and being purple as well.
I think I had two. I had the red.
Yeah, that reminds me. I've got to sort you some outlights or some stickers. Oh, them are nice with the green as well.
That was green. I think it was red.
Very nice. For those who don't know, my mum, like me, keeps a diary and she has a little mouse there and some butterflies there. And for those who are interested, this is A6, I believe.
Yeah.
You said when you reach a certain level, he did. He made an appearance.
Yeah.
Let me see. Mum wasn't here last week. She was born. It was the week before, wasn't it? Yeah. Go back to my live 2 weeks ago, and at the beginning of the live, my dad stood right there next to my mum.
Yeah, he did.
Hey, Arietta. And yes, my mum has a drink bottle too at home, and she has a normal bottle right now. How you doing, Arietta? I was just saying, Arietta, that if somebody wants to share the live to Facebook, to go ahead. You haven't missed much so far. We've just showed that I did the top coat on that, so now the raindrops are no longer showing. And we did a chocolate version of the French Bulldog. So that's all you've missed so far. We have some goodies though. Mommy's been at it again, and Daddy. We have. Do you want to see moulds or goodies first? There seems to be a little bit of a delay, so That's why I'm giving them a chance to answer, because there's about a 10-second delay between phones and TV or computers.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, goodies first, then we will start with it. It is Art Studio Animal Print Washi Tapes. And I'm not going to take them all out of the box, I don't need to, but look at them. I know Harrietta's going to want a set of these.
Okay. Range.
I mean, look at that. And as it's Art Studio, you know it's come from the range. But I mean, look at them. You've got the regular size, the thinner size, and two of the thick size. But they're gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So that's goodie number one. Thank you very much, Harrietta, for saying that. And we have some gem butterfly stickers, also Art Studio. Mine are, hang on, let's turn this light down just a bit if I can read. There we go. It's not off, but it just turns it down to the glare's not on it. There you go. You can see the purple butterflies. And as you saw on Mum's, they also come in green. And then we have some hearts and flower stickers. Also Art Studio, but they've got like a metallic finish on the roses. Look at them. Look at them. So that's those. Thank you, Dad. Now we had some new moulds come in the week. One was brought by hubby, the other was brought by a subscriber. And if I can't open the bag, I shall cut it out. It's one of them where they've kind of doubled it up. This one is a keyring, and I'm thinking I might make one for Lynn. Because she loves sunflowers. But I particularly like this one because the middle is moon and stars, which will appeal to me and to Harrietta. But we have a lovely sunflower. But look at that middle, Harrietta, with the moon and the stars. I thought that really speaks to me and you. And it's a keyring, so I thought, can't wait to see how that comes out. And I'll pass them back to Mum to put it back in the bag because my fingers are still not working properly. This one I think I'm going to have to cut open because it's sealed in. Unless I can find no, that is not sealed. These blue ones were off a subscriber. I'd added them to the list because I thought of me, Dee and Harrietta, but let's find a food bag to put these in after because that's destroyed. But they are like Starbucks. One says coffee before talkie. I still don't know what that other one says, not without a mirror. It's something like my something is coffee. Oh, I get it finally. It's my blood type. My blood type is coffee. The other one says love coffee and one's got flowers on it. But they're Starbucks molds. So little coffee cups. And please, if you're new here and you're not subscribed, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. And if you hit that notification bell, it'll tell you every time I upload, whether it be a live, an unboxing, a colouring chat, whatever I do. I do a live on a Saturday with my mum, unless something crops up. On Sundays, I do the demold of the resin that we do on a Saturday. In the week, I try to do at least one whip and chat, but I've been failing badly lately, and on Tuesdays I do the Train Tuesday, which is my shout out list. Please thank my lovely moderators, Dave and Arietta, and if you haven't followed them, please do so. I'm sure Arietta can throw hers and Dave's links in. And what the heck, throw in diamond painting with Nicole's link as well, please. Subscribe to each other. Life's short, you can't help each other. It's a bad job. Now, these ones, Hubby got me because he knows how much we all like teddy bears. And this one we thought was like the other flat backs, which I haven't got mine handy, it's hanging up. But it isn't, it's a little bit smaller. But I'm thinking, Arietta, cover minders. You tell me. But that's the size of these. And we have 6 of those. If I turn it side, which you can see it better. But we have 6. Oh, excuse me, off the camera. 6 that size. And then with that, you get this mold, which has 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 6 fours are 24. 24 of the miniature version of the same teddy bear. So that's the molds for this week. That's what I thought. Good morning, Laura. And I know Laura's going to be one of the ones who wants the teddy bear with cover minder because she loves teddy bears. But yeah, I do think that is an excellent size. I mean, what? Yeah, that'd be perfect for a cover minder. And we can do on 1 colour or 2 colours, or do his dicky bow, because he's got, I don't know whether he knows, but he's got a tiny little dicky bow on him, look. So you could kind of do the bear in 1 colour and the dicky bow in another, and yeah, I think them are going to be gorgeous. And remember, if you're joining us late, please watch on #replay and just type it in your comments so that I know who's watching on replay. And apart from you being poorly, Mum, this week, what's your week been like? I know you've been resting a lot with being poorly. So,
Trying to work now, so but to go
well, yeah, that's it. You'll be out in the garden, which will help yours and Richard's vitamin D deficiency. I've been spending my morning chopping up. I've got these strings. I've got a bag here. I've got these strings of like shredded foil, and I'm sitting there chopping them into little bits. So I literally get me a key like so, and I sit here with them in my hand and just balance it so it's not on my bad fingers, and just sit here and chop different sizes. And then when I get so many, I put them in the bag so we can throw them in the resin. Tedious, but somebody's got to do it. It's not going to do itself. Well, that's it, but it's still tedious.
It is, definitely.
But at the same time, when you have mental health issues, this is a good thing, because while you're doing this and you're concentrating on the routine of slicing these, and that's just gone everywhere. When you're like concentrating on that, you're not concentrating on the bad feelings that are inside your head. It's all right, folks. I'm just going to finish this little bit unless I've started it. And then we'll get back to regular programming. So if you have anything you need to ask, please type it so that we can answer. Because if you don't ask, we don't know. And remember, the only stupid question is the question that you don't ask. So how are you feeling, Laura and Nicole and Arietta and Rubber Dub Dub? Yeah, it's definitely a 10-second delay, but that's okay. My father's movie. Fidgety fingers. Yes and no. The hardest part is sourcing the forever tips. I tried to make them where they were removable, but that caused more harm than good because it ended up missing some of the areas where the resin was supposed to go. So now I'm just going to put metal forever tips in so that it doesn't matter that they're sealed in. But it's not particularly hard per se. It's just interesting. Like if you want to add things in, you have to work out what thickness you need the resin so that they don't move. But to be honest, in the pens, if they do move, it doesn't make much difference because the optical illusion of it makes it seem like it hasn't moved, even if it has. If, like, say, you used a bit of this and it stuck out the back, then you'd have to put a top coat on so that it was smooth and, well, no, not hard, really. I'd just like to have more designs of the moulds to be able to make them better. I could, but then you'd have to kind of really make them dark because otherwise it'd show through. Like if it was a see-through one, like I did for Maisie with the fruiting. If you put a pink pen in that, you'd see it, and it did ruin the design. And to be honest, it don't take that much resin. To be honest, most of them could be made with leftover resin from other projects. So, like, say if I was doing a project today where I did green, and I'd got some green resin left in the bottom of the tub, I could put it in and make a pen. It doesn't take as much resin as you think. In the ones I'm using at the moment, anyway, it doesn't. It's around 50 ml. So as I said, that's normally leftover stuff. So, because most times if you're mixing something that's 100, you go around 100, 110. You always mix a little extra so that you're not short. So normally them extras, you just put in the pens.
Medical pudding.
Yeah, with resin, you must always, oh, pardon me, you must always be aware of how weather will affect it because if it heats up too quick, it will flash cure. And what that means is it'll go rock hard in a lot shorter period than it should, which means the core may not be set. And also your bubbles don't have a chance to escape if it flash cures. So you end up with more trapped bubbles. But I find if you spray the mold with either alcohol or release spray first, that helps with the bubbles. And when we're doing our resin, we keep it in a bowl of hot water, which keeps the resin at a certain temperature, because if it goes too cold, it can take even longer to set. I mean, the resin we use stays fully hard within 24 hours, and it is. But if the weather's been cold, like it has been, it can still be a bit bendy. That's why they recommend that you leave your resin to sit for at least 3 weeks before posting it out, because then you give it a good chance to harden up. And now that we're getting some sunny weather with the pens, if you leave them in the window ledge, the UV rays will help heat it up, which will help set it anyway. But if it's too cold, I have my letter resin heat mat. So you just sit your moulds on that, and then when you pour in it at a regulated temperature. But obviously, as it gets hotter, we're going to have the opposite effect where it'll be curing faster because it's getting hotter. So then you'll need fans to cool it down. But touch wood, we seem to have been okay. We've had a couple where they've had bubbles, but I'm one of these people who embraces the bubbles. Because as Arietta will tell you herself, her favourite quote is, "The imperfections make it perfect." And that is the motto I've adopted. The fact that it's not 100% perfect means it's handmade. And give me handmade every day over professionally mass produced. That's what being a small person is, you know. You're not out there to be 100% perfect. You're not there to mass produce. I do it for fun. Yeah. It keeps this from talking to itself and going round the bend. Well, for example, my green pen that I tried to make a removable tip. When it came out, right where the tip went, there was a little bit of the resin missing. So you just get either two part, or as it was literally minute, I just used a bit of UV and set it with UV resin. And when that's hard, you can't tell. The same with the little holes. If they're pinholes, just put a bit of UV resin on your finger, rub it over till it fills the hole. It'll be flat because you've rubbed it into the hole, and then set it with a UV light, and the hole will disappear. I mean, the teddy bear that I made for Oz, it had a few little scratches on the back of his head. Well, what I did, I've smoothed some UV in. We've set it with a UV lamp. Now you can't tell they were ever there. I don't have it to hand, or I would show you, but it's in one of the tubs, which you would have to get it. But you can't tell that there was anything ever there because it's resin at the end of the day. It's not like you're patching it with anything else. If it was too bad, I mean, if it was a massive big hole, then yeah, you'd have to throw it away, or something like, or put everything. Them little witchy things that Arietta got me, because they're small, you could put one of them in and make it an alternate object. No, like I said, Laura, the only silly question is a question never asked. And if you don't ask, you don't know. And I would rather you ask, and if I know the answer, I'll tell you. And if I don't know the answer, I'll also tell you. Hello, Peter. How are you feeling, my darling? I hope you're feeling better than you have been. I hope the clinic's helping you with that pain. And another thing that may interest you is sometimes getting them out the moulds is hard. But rubbing alcohol is your best friend. Because if it's stuck in a mould, hold the mould to the side, spray in rubbing alcohol, rub it round, it makes it slippy, and out it pops. As Berta calls it, it's like giving birth. You've got, it's coming, pop, out it's popped. I did that once. I was so mouthing something and it was sick, and I was going, it's coming, and Berta says, sounds like you're giving birth. I'm glad to hear that you're well, Peter. We have somebody coming to the door, so excuse the noise. My mother will just go and answer it. I think it's a delivery. Let's have a look. Oh, let's see what this is. Let's make sure I don't show my name. I can do it, I think. That's from after this bit. Let's use these fingers because these are useless. We get a bonus unboxing. How's about that? Hi, Vicky. Oh, yes, it is what I thought it was. There we go, Mum. Where is it after the address? It is my J Diction resin mixer and polisher. And basically, it's the mixer for the resin, which comes with a USB charging cable, a manual user, but you can also put your buffing parts in it as well. So that will make mixing a lot easier. Yes, Vicky, exactly. When she put that much rubbing alcohol in as she did there and it shot out and across the, that was hilarious. I laughed for days. Toonpish Crafts did the same. She put rubbing alcohol in something and when it did let go it went pop. But that is the one downfall to the rubbing alcohol is you must watch and be ready to catch the baby when it pops out. But yes, this is your main mixer. There's your on off switch. And that is the bit where you put your charger. And in this end, we put in the mixing part, which is silicone. So any resin will just wipe straight off. And that, I believe, just slips, or do you have to unscrew it? I don't know. Would help if you read the manual, Sharon. Yeah, that fits in there. And then we have, I'm not going to take it all out, but you have your USB charger and your polishing bit. And there's supposed to be a manual. Let's see. I'll put that in back to front now in May. Yeah, I did. Right, so that's that. I'll pass that to Mum to put away while we look at the manual. It's got J Diction's logo in the corner. Definitely save your arm later. Because the one thing about resin, if you don't know, is you have to mix your resin for 3 to 5 minutes. Some of your items have mixed colours. Do you have to work fast with? Depending on the resin you use, they all have a different time period. Like the one we use is a 4-hour demold, which means theoretically you can demold within 4 hours. It will be soft, but you can demold if you need to do a lot. And then in 8 hours, it's supposed to be fully cured, where a lot of resins are 24 hour. Some are 36, depending. The same as some mix 1-to-1 ratio, some are 2-to-1 ratio. And depending on that is on how long they have to be mixed as well. The downside of the resin that we use, being a 4-hour demold, is you only have a 30-minute work time. So you have to use that resin within 30 minutes or it will start to set. If it's a 2-tone colour, it's normally a 2-day pour. Like, is that teddy bear over there that's black with a pink face? If not, I'll find something else. But yeah, what we did was not last week, the week before, we did some items in black. We had leftover black, which we poured into this, and overnight it set. Then last week we had some leftover pink after doing Mia's pen and Emma's dog. So we put the leftover pink in this mould. So that's the 2 days, if that's what you meant, Laura. As for mixing colouring, you mix your resin for 3 minutes. Then you add your colour, mica, alcohol, ink or pigments and mix for another 2 minutes so that you got your 5-minute mix. And that gives you your solid colour. But if this is what you meant where I have the the black and the pink, that is a 2-day pour, because you have to leave the first colour to set before you add your second colour, or they'll sink into each other. Does that answer the question, Laura? If not, please ask again. Right, and yes, Vicky, I've got arthritis, severe arthritis, and as you know, for the last few months, these two fingers are basically unusable. Even people touching them now hurts. So we've got the mixer so that you just hold it basically. I watched Steve McDonald use it, and it's brilliant. He just literally sits there with it in like this. Doesn't have to move his hands at all. It does all the work for him. And then when it comes to sanding a rough bit on this, he just puts the sander part into the same thing. I'm like, it's genius. It was £30, but it's worth it in the long run. And as I said, it's USB charge, which means if you're not near a plug, just use, have I got one here? No, I don't. Use a power pack, a power bank, whatever you call them. Good morning, Samantha. How are you, my darling? The instructions show you that you have the mixing paddle, the polishing buffer wheels. It shows that there's an LED light, a power button, the machine itself, and a Type-C charging cable. What's it say? Sharon, you've got your glasses on. Why are you struggling? Right. It says insert mixing paddle into machine. Fully immerse the paddle in the resin or liquid and then switch on. Press and hold the power button for 2 seconds until the blue light is on. Easily stirs the bottom and edge of the container thoroughly until the nose swirls are seen. Press and hold the button for 2 more seconds to turn it off. I mean, that couldn't be simpler. 2 seconds to turn on, 2 seconds to turn off. Was that what you was on about now, Laura, where I've got the 2 colours in like this? Yeah, basically to see C charger. So yeah, if you've got one for your phone charger, then just use your phone charger. My dad got me one that's got the C one and the B cable, and there's 3 different cables, and then I use that for all my phones. Because I've got my Samsung A13 that I record on. I've got this old one that I play my games on. Yeah, because I've gone through so many different sanders and they're just crap. But as I said, Steve McDonald, he's been doing resin a long time and that's what he uses. So I've taken his recommendation. The next thing I'm looking for is a decent drill for putting the holes in the jewellery. Because the silver ones they recommend are a load of, how can I put this politely? Codswallop. They just break. The drills snap off or they break when you're trying to use them. And if you use a power drill, that's too powerful and breaks your resin. If you need me to send you the link, Vicky, just send me a message after and I'll send you the link to it. But it is the J Diction resin mixer. I mean, I've swapped my resin from the J Diction to the Let's resin because they've got a sale on at the moment, so it's £4 cheaper. Just got to start making enough to cover the resin each month because it's not cheap. But I like to experiment with the resin. I like to experiment with putting different things in. Like, I was having a discussion with Arietta in the week about an idea that she had, and I've been gone along that, and I'm thinking if I can get some distilled water and baby oil, I can perhaps do that idea in a shaker. So we'll see. You'll have to let me know how they get on. I see certain diamond painting people have taken over certain UK companies. Congrats to them, even though I won't be using but yeah, I want to try what are they called? Timu when they finally ship to the UK, and I want to try that. Is it Tividai that does the wood stuff? But for some reason, the UK PR packages seem to have dried up at the moment. I think it's because of the postage issues. Oh, I'll have to check out on that Rainbow Ink. I haven't seen that. I haven't been watching much telly because I don't know whether you're on Virgin Media, Vicky, but I've been having some major issues this week. I mean, they were off Monday night from around 11 p.m. until 12 noon the next day, and then they were off again all day Tuesday. It's Tividai or something like that. TIYDIY. Yeah, that's basically what I'm doing here. My mum got me these bags of, they're called shredded foil, and they're literally like a rainbow foil. And what I'm doing is chopping them up into little bits and putting them in a food bag. Excuse the baby wipe. We got static like we're doing our drill, so we use the same trick. Put in the dry baby wipe like a dryer sheet and shook it to stop them sticking. But yeah, that's basically what they look like when they're chopped up. And there's some in the bowl. And then I should drop them in the resin. Yeah, tie-dye, something like that it's called. I'll get you the link later. Who was it? I think it was Laura. Laura did an unboxing of the wooden things from them. So she know the name. She did the eagles. Laura, darling, are you still here? There's a couple of other people done ones from this place as well. But I remember Laura doing some the other day with two different eagles. And she thought they were the same, but when she looked closely, they were very slightly. That's it. I knew it'd be gone with a T. TIV instead of TI1. It was something like that. Thank you, Laura, my darling. I watch so many. I have to remember who watches. And you know my brain at the best of times. But the last 12 months since I've been sick, I just. Oh. Brain fog. But you'll have to let me know about them iridescent gift bags, Arietta, and how they work out. But every time I see something now, I mean, my grandson bought Stuart a Freddo Easter egg because Stuart absolutely loves Freddos. So does Mum. Well, he went to throw the foil away, and Richie was like, no, Dad, I want the foil. Why? I can put it in the resin. So we now have Freddo Easter egg foil to go in the resin.
Yeah.
Might try it in one of them teddy bears.
Could you talk about that?
You can do, but I'm thinking them little teddy bears, if we get the Freddo frog bit and press that in, it'll just show like a t-shirt. Oh, good. Who owns Evermoment? Because like I said, I know a certain person's taken over one of the UK companies, so I'm a bit wary. But I think hers was Crafty Diamonds she took over. I'm not sure. To be honest, I have wondered if it does come to me because I don't care what she does.
Oh, I don't.
Okay. Is that the ones that they used to have back because they were double-sided, but now they're... Yeah. Okay, then I'll be looking at them. New Craft Day are good too, and I'm not just saying that because I have a discount code. You've seen those paintings I did recently, the Cheshire Cat and what was the other one? Anyway, you've seen the two I did recently, and those were from That's It. Those were from the Craft Day, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And the quality of the drills was brilliant. I mean, you can tell I did that partial one in 45 minutes. I've never done a diamond painting that quick. Even the partial's taken me 2 or 3 hours, but 45 minutes? I believe, Laura, that they're all poured glue now because when they use double-sided, a lot of people stopped using them. So I believe they switched to poured glue. You have to request if you want. Well, who would want double-sided? No, you don't understand. If you say this was the painting and you put poured glue diamond and it wasn't quite 100% straight, you've got a bit of leeway to move it into place. But when it's on the double side, I mean, if you watched Harriet's from the other day, you'd see what I mean. She got poured glue and it was acting like double sided because there was just no give at all. You just cannot. I had when it was a square canvas and the drills would not go on straight no matter what you did. And you couldn't move them. You couldn't move them straight. Them. It was terrible. I know. No. Yeah. There's been a lot of things happening this week, Harrietta. A lot of things. No, ever since that problem with the double-sided, people just stopped doing ever moment videos. And it's wrong because I don't care what firm you are, you're going to have problems once in a while. And to boycott them just because of a couple of mistakes is stupid. Oh, I'll bring you up to date later. But yeah, there's a lot going on. I can't stand double-sided tape. I've really tried, Arietta, but no. But any other questions before we go? 'Cause we've been here 50 minutes. I know it doesn't seem that long, but yes. Definitely, Arietta, definitely. And remember, if you have anybody that you think needs to be put onto the shout out list, leave their links below this video and I'll add them onto the list. Vicky, let's not talk about other people here. We'll talk about things later. But yes, if you've got anybody you need putting on the shout out list, please leave their links down below and I can look at them before Saturday. Yes, Vicky does have a channel, she just doesn't do many videos, but I'm hoping that that's going to get more in the future. Arietta, I hate to be a pain, but could you put in Vicky's link, please? Yes, but one is a video and it's a start. Because remember, when we're here, we are peaceful and harmonious and kind, and we leave all the trouble at the door. My moderators have size 10 boots and they will use them. Yeah, good thinking. I'm still working on ours, Arietta. And one of the questions is, if you could go to a retreat in the UK, where would you want it to be? Okay. Hello, Parrot Mom. Welcome. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing. It wasn't a failure, Vicky, but to be honest, I'm struggling with it. So it may not be finished this month. But we have made a start on it. I'll be honest, Dee did most of it because with these fingers, I just couldn't get it to work. And then we tried to get it to go through and it kept undoing. And it was rigmarole. But yeah, as for the questions, if you go into my playlist, you will see one that says Crafty Tag. And that is something that Arietta did last year. And it's a list of 20 questions. And you answer them. Like one of them was, what is a craft you've always wanted to try but haven't, and why? And that's what got me with my resin, because my answer to Arietta's question was that I wanted to try resin, but I never had because it could be expensive. And Arietta, bless her, bought me my first bottle of UV resin. And let's say we now have another addiction and I've never looked back. But I can say that punch, needle, whatever it is, will not be a new addiction. And there will be a new set of questions coming for this year soon. I've been working on them for a few months, but to be honest, I've only got 5 questions. And we need 20, so it's going to take a few more weeks, I think. So again, if you have suggestions for questions, leave them below the video. Did you put your channel link in, Arietta? Arietta does a live every Wednesday evening UK time. She'll normally do a video on a Monday and a Friday, but it's been known to do pop-up videos in between. And don't forget, we have a group over on Facebook, Pencil Surprises and Diamond Pixie Crafts. You can join there and chat amongst yourselves and show your progress photos and everything else. And if you want to support Arietta, she also has Patreon, and there are 2 levels of that. And 8 times a year, she also does a pagan ritual for our sabbats, which are our holidays, which I am very grateful of. So if there's no more questions, I think we will start winding down because I'd love a cup of coffee. I did ask about 50 minutes ago for one, which I still haven't got. So you got a few more minutes to get your last questions in. Thank you very much, Parrot Mum. I appreciate that. But, it's good to have Mum back again.
Thank you.
And I am thankful to each and every one of you that follows me at the lives or videos or everywhere else. I thank you all for your support. Remember, look after yourselves. Self-care is not selfish. It's a necessity. If you're not 100%, you can't think about helping others. Have a lovely holiday weekend for those that celebrate it. It is good to see Mum back, and yes, she's feeling a lot better than she was. Exactly. Arietta said it better than anybody. How do I pin that? Star. I don't know how you pin it, but I put a star comment on it. So, do I click on it or something? Wrong one. There we go. Arietta said it better than any of us. So, as always, love, peace, and harmony. Look after yourselves, have fun, and we'll see you all on the flip side. Thank you again for being a great moderator, Arietta, and thank you everybody who came. And for those on hashtag replay, hi, I appreciate you and thank you. Bye.